Maureen has something she'd like to say. Come on over, Maureen.
Yes, Maureen Kane is my name. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right?
Oh,
Okay.
Maureen,
Yes.
hold the mic like that. There you go. Straight in.
Like that? Okay. I'll be brief. Just a few paragraphs. In the Navajo creation story, they learned that uranium was to be left in the ground. They were told from the gods in their songs and their creation stories that they had a choice between uranium and the yellow corn pollen that they prayed with every morning and carried in their medicine bags. The yellow corn pollen possesses the positive elements of life in the belief of the Navajos. Uranium was to remain in the ground. If it is released, as all other native indigenous cultures around the world believe, it would be a serpent, bringing evil, death, and destruction. These are the spiritual, natural laws that are the only laws that must be obeyed. One of my earliest memories is coming to my mother and telling her that I didn't think I would be able to live in a world where I had to see people harming each other. I remember that my mother did not take my concern lightly. She furrowed her brow and thought for a few moments and said to me, "I know, darling, but maybe you can help." Thinking I might be able to help our world in some way has given me enough impetus to stand here speaking to you right now. How can I help? This morning I looked up the words conscience and conscious in the Oxford American Dictionary. Those with a conscience have an inner sense of right and wrong. Those who are conscious are awake and aware. At the root of both words is the word know, as in to know something. I believe that anyone who supports the continuation of nuclear energy does not have a fully developed conscience. They are not awake and aware enough to be making policy for those of us who would like our policies to benefit all life. I believe that we are going to have to disempower any authority that does not speak with our best values in mind. And it is up to us to be very clear as to what those values are. Let us do that.
Thank you, Maureen. Jack's going to come up for an announcement. We are doing a little mic swap for a second.
Test, test. Test, test. Test. It's with this mic.
Oh, it's much better.
Here, use this one.
Just wanted to make an announcement because we really want to carry on this kind of energy and make these things happen. We do amazing things with a few people who have great heart and know precisely why they do this kind of thing. There's no doubt in their minds. Once in a while I will say something about how well they're doing, but I can see that I didn't have to say that at all. The lady that made that big banner up there that says "Wake Up" on the hill. We came into Ink People. I was exhausted. It was late in the afternoon. 2 or 3 of us were there. That was it. 2 of us didn't have anything to offer whatsoever. We were exhausted from what we were doing. And she stood over, and she was exhausted too. And she looked at over this big blank canvas that had nothing on it at that time. And I said, you know, if you don't really want to take this up, this was for another rally about the Navy's violence against ocean mammals. And she said, oh, I'll think about it for a while. And so I said, well, I'm going to go off and do some stuff. And my other friend said she's going to go off and do some stuff. And just a little bit later, I came back and she was there. She had done that banner up there. So anyway, I'm just saying, every time I turn around, I find more young people who we're going to pass the baton to. And the younger people, the better, because we're going to pass the baton to them too. We're going to do this somehow. It is amazing what we can do when we stay together and do this thing, because we're the family. Some people come up to the microphone at other events and they say, sometimes I always come here and I see the same old people. Well, thank God for the same old people. Thank God for the same old people. Anyway, my announcement is that at the Bayside Grange on this coming Sunday at 1 o'clock until 4, maybe we can do it, before that, but from 1 o'clock until 4 at the Bayside Grange, which is on the old Arcata Road. Everyone know where the Bayside Grange is? Yeah. Oh, good. Come up to me afterward and let me know. Anyway, just so you know, we're going to have a meeting there and we're going to try to take this forward, because ever since I've been here, when I came here in 97, 98, it was like something drew me here and it made me feel like I was part of a prototype of something. We were going to do something big here. We were going to really keep going here. Somehow we would make something happen. And what drew me here at that time was Earth First and Forest Defense and the young people that were working at that time. And I was so amazed to be with them. I'm amazed to be with you too. Now, so 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and anybody who signs up on the sign-up sheet over there for today will get all the information on the petitions that are going through the mail and also the things that you're missing on that table. So you won't be left out. I have some other terrible information along with some good information, but I'm not going to go into that now. Sunday.
Jack will be back. We have another song that's going to come up here from Bigfoot. But I just wanted to say once again that we have sign-up lists over there. There's a Richardson Grove list, there's a nuclear list. And we have 2 separate donation cans. If you want to support Richardson Grove, put it in that can. If you want to support the expenses for this event, put it in that can.
Thank you, Mikey. I'll just stand here. Hello, everybody. I agree with everything that everybody said, and thank you all for showing up out here. And that lady that talked about the pollen, I thought that was interesting. I did read a story about how that never came out in the American news, but that there was this yellow rain right after the Fukushima, and they told the Japanese people that it was pollen. And there's a story on that on Global Research. If anybody ever wants to look up the real news on globalresearch.ca, there's a lot of stories that are not coming out to the people. But I was polluting my way over here, and I thought of this little song. I'm gonna try to sing it out. See if you can hear it. It's about uranium, for starters. Left my home deep underground, headed for the Humboldt Bay. Thousands of years I lived for, seems I'm never gonna go away. Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the nuke of the bay, watching the life force roll away. Ooh, sitting on the nuke of the bay, wasting life. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything remains the same. I can't do what the super rich want me to do. Anyway, you guys can make up your own lyrics to that one. But sitting on the nuke of the bay here, it's good to see you all. And I have learned a few things from the couple websites I wanted to tell people about. They're interesting, but I just want to say, remember when I started working for Greenpeace 25 years ago, I thought that the Greenpeacers had started out by sailing a boat out to where they were going to do some nuclear weapons testing. And when they got back to port, they didn't even get there to stop them. But when they got back to port in Vancouver, Canada, there was a big crowd of people saying, "Right on, you went out and tried to stop that nuke stuff." Well, I found out just from Paul Ensimer's Green Fuse recently that there was some ex-military guys that had sailed a boat all the way to the South Pacific to try to stop nuclear weapons, and they found the boat here, and Freddie's here. I'm sure he's going to talk about that, but that was really some good news to see that. And I just wanted to say that check out, if you want to get the real news, collapsenet.com and globalresearch.ca. Get a lot of real news, and have fun out there.
Thank you. Thanks, Will. That was cool.
Okay, so this is Beverly.
Beverly.
Yay, Beverly.
Hi, this is Beverly. I want to talk to you about another kind of radiation, equally harmful. Well, not equally, maybe, but it's the smart meter that's being put on your house. Every single building, every single house, everybody that has PG&E is going to get one. And it's basically microwave radiation. And you know, you don't have to wait for some power plant to explode somewhere for this to come at you. It will be there 24 hours a day, all night. Independent people, firms that have actually measured the microwaves say that it's 240 times, it's emitting 240 times more often than PG&E is saying. PG&E will tell you that it's only once every 4 hours or something like that. So, but you know, they don't really tell you the truth. And anybody who believes them, I'm sorry, because they're totally misleading people on this. And in your PG&E bill this month, there is an insert that tells you about the new opt-out proposal that will charge people $270 to turn off the radio transmitter in the smart meter. If you $220 up front and $20 a month forever. And so you can, there's an email address and an address where you can write them and tell them that, you know, that's ridiculous. People can't afford to pay hundreds of dollars to have a radio transmitter turned off on their house just because they have health concerns. So health concerns are the main issue with this. Okay, thank you.
Yay, thank you, Beverly.
Thank you.
Welcome.